Tonight on DC News Now, a highly specialized search and rescue team is back home in Northern Virginia following their mission to help Colombians recover from a devastating earthquake.
A 12-year-old boy in court accused of killing his 13-year-old friend.
I can't believe the age. Can't believe this happening. Can't believe I'm really going through this.
The victim's mother sharing her heartbreak, along with frustrations with the investigation.
Our storm threat for the day today, it has exited, but we're still watching a few showers tomorrow and also a better chance on Saturday. More on that coming up.
I mean, as an American, this is an iconic moment.
We are inching closer to the green flag being waved in the nation's capital. How drivers are revving up for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix this weekend.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. A woman is shot in her Maryland home right near Bowie State and rushed to the hospital. Investigators calling it a tragic case of domestic violence. Now, this happened on Myrtle Avenue, roughly 2 miles from the university campus. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg has the latest on the investigation, where police say children were home at the time.
Bowie police were called around 4:20 Thursday afternoon to this house on the corner of Myrtle Avenue and 11th Street. Multiple people called 911 after hearing gunshots in the neighborhood. Officers found a woman in the bedroom of the house who was shot in the chest. The suspect was arrested in the front yard.
They were in a romantic relationship and there were children in the house.
Deputy Chief Robert Liberati says the weapon they believe was used in the shooting was also found at the scene.
And it's always sad when something happens in this community, something tragic happens. This is a family. They're a part of this community. They've lived here for a number of years, I understand.
Liberati says domestic issues are a problem in this community and across the country.
Unfortunately, what's in a family sometimes stays behind closed doors, and we don't find out about it until something tragic occurs.
The victim was quickly taken to a local hospital where she remains in critical condition. Police says there is no outstanding threat to the community. In Bowie, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
What a tragedy there.
Absolutely. All right, let's get a first check on the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer. Jackie, all quiet right now, but it certainly has been an eventful several hours across the region.
Yeah, I like the word eventful. Yeah, because normally I say active, but eventful I think is the better term for it, because we had the wind and then we also had heavy downpours, thunderstorms, and some of those severe warned. We had a couple tornado warnings too.
A lot happening.
Yes, a lot happening out there for our Thursday evening. Thankfully, it is much quieter. We're noticing those winds though picking up out of the northwest in the wake of some of that severe weather that rolled its way through. Those 2 tornado warnings, in case you missed it, it was across southernmost parts of Maryland. Those were radar indicated, and those have since faded away. And we're just tracking maybe a lingering thunderstorm across southern Maryland, a couple sprinkles back out towards parts of the I-81 corridor, but this low will continue to track its way off towards our east. This cold front continuing to clear the region too. We'll also be noticing more of that wind mainly out of the north and west. Temperatures right now already upper 60s along and west of the I-81 corridor, closer towards DC. We're into those lower 70s, a bit more still on the muggy side, but those dew points not nearly as high. So we had earlier in the day today when those dew points were well into those middle 70s. Here's a view of that wind though, mainly out of the north, anywhere between 5 to 15 mile per hour sustained winds, but we do still have some higher wind gusts across southern Maryland where we're up to at least 30 mile per hour gusts there, 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts elsewhere, as we continue to notice much of that weather is continuing to push its way out. Tomorrow though, we're back in those lower 80s. Should be partly to mainly cloudy at times. Do have some more rain chances late Friday. More on that coming up.
All right, Jackie, looking forward to it. Thank you. A warm welcome home in Northern Virginia for nearly a dozen rescue crew members who've been in Columbia for almost 2 weeks.
They are part of the Task Force 1 unit who've been helping with the search for survivors from that 7.4 magnitude earthquake. The massive quake hit the South American country August 10th, killing more than 300 people and destroying tens of thousands of homes. According to humanitarian groups, 69,000 people have been impacted by that natural disaster.
DC News Now's Dave Laval joining us live from the unit's headquarters there in Chantilly. And Dave, what are they saying about their mission and how were they greeted when they finally arrived home?
Well, good evening to you, Susan and Chris. The team members have a lot to say and you will hear from them a little bit later. For now, though, there is jubilation and even some tears here in Chantilly as Families are reunited with loved ones from Virginia Task Force 1 after they wrapped up their 2-week mission in Columbia. Cheers greeted the 10-person team as they arrived at their headquarters just a short time ago. Members flew to Columbia to support the State Department's response to that massive earthquake as they helped with disaster coordination and structural engineering. As you heard, the 7.4 magnitude quake destroyed thousands of homes and businesses and took more than 300 lives. Crews worked to stabilize dozens of buildings, including 10 fire stations, several bridges, and a hospital. You may recall Virginia Task Force 1 went to Venezuela last month after an earthquake there killed more than 1,000 people. Coming up at 10 o'clock, what team members have to say about their efforts in Columbia. For now, though, we're live in Chantilly, Virginia. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, what a special homecoming there. Meanwhile, an update in Maryland. A plea may be near in the case of the Montgomery County mother accused of killing her children 12 years ago. A judge telling attorneys for Catherine Hoggle that she can enter a plea of not criminally responsible by reason of insanity. Hoggle is charged with the 2014 murders of her 3-year-old daughter and 2-year-old son. Their bodies have never been found. The judge also called for Hoggle to undergo another mental health evaluation by the Maryland Health Department. There's concern this could delay the start of Hoggle's trial, scheduled to begin in October.
New tonight in the district, police arresting a 17-year-old accused for shooting 2 people in Northwest back in April, hurting a man and a boy. They both survived. The teen is now facing charges of assault with a dangerous weapon.
Also developing now at 9, we're learning more details about last month's tragic shooting in the district. 12-year-old boy in court accused of killing his 13-year-old friend.
We learned more details about the shooting during the court session. DC News Now's Randy Bass also hearing from the victim's mother, who's sharing her heartbreak and disbelief.
This 12-year-old suspect in the deadly shooting of his 13-year-old friend is going to stay in custody today. A judge finding probable cause on all 5 charges. And today we learned a whole lot more about the moments leading up to those fatal shots.
Can't believe this happening. Can't believe I'm really going through this. Like, it's just crazy.
Mattia Mims processing the loss of her 13-year-old son, Ahmad, a rising 8th grader at KIPP DC in Northeast.
Ahmad was an amazing child. Like, Ahmad, all he did was smile. He would have graduated. He would have went to prom. He would have got his first summer job when he turned 14.
Allegedly shot and killed by a 12-year-old boy on Rosedale Street, Northeast, back on July 11th. That suspect was supposed to start 7th grade this month, now in custody, facing involuntary and voluntary manslaughter charges in juvenile court. The preteen allegedly telling police Ahmad was like a brother to him, crying in court today. An MPD homicide detective testified he told them multiple versions of what happened and that 4 of them had been sitting in his Rosedale Street living room playing with a Glock 19 he'd gotten from his older brother's bedroom upstairs. They passed the gun around. The 12-year-old pointed it up in the air, and when he brought it back down, the gun went off and hit Ahmad in the chest. He allegedly told police he dragged his friend's body down the front steps out onto the sidewalk to try to get him some help. His defense describing this all as accidental. Ahmad's mother still trying to make sense of it all. She believes the 2 boys had gotten into a fight in the weeks before the shooting.
He came to my door plenty of times to come get Ahmad to play. I didn't see him in my house. I invited him in my house.
The suspect's defense says he's actually been receiving threats since this all happened, that he actually left the district for part of the summer for his own safety. He'll be back in court again for a detention hearing next week. In Northwest, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Also in the district, results are in for DC statewide test scores, and students made small gains over the past year. The citywide standardized tests show English language arts proficiency up 2%. Math proficiency up a little more than 2% as well. Now, proficiency rates increased across the city in nearly every ward. This marks a 4th year in a row that DC has seen increases in proficiency rates. The assessment is given to 3rd through 12th graders.
Virginia's governor outlining her education goals as students and teachers prepare to return to the classrooms. Governor Abigail Spanberger says that her priorities include more funding for schools as well as recruiting and keeping teachers. Recent national test scores for the Commonwealth show only 40% of 4th graders scored at or above math proficiency. As for reading, it's just 31% who are at or above grade level.
It's the largest investment in public education that Virginia has ever made, but importantly within that it is investments in early childhood education. That's investment in community schools, so schools where there are additional services provided to families and students.
The governor says the testing data will assist school leaders in figuring out where teachers may need more support and additional resources, all to help students master a particular subject.